Hi and welcome to this week's update of MakeTile. I've got quite a few things to show you. We now have curved wall tiles. The way the tiles are generated has been reworked so you can have the material on the top and the sides of the tiles as well as on the front and the back. And there are various other changes that I'll go through. So if this is your first time using MakeTile and you're not an experienced Blender user, see the previous video for how to download and install it and for the basic sort of MakeTile controls. If you already have MakeTile, you'll need to download the latest alpha release from GitHub and then go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, click on the drop down and click Remove to get rid of the old version. Once that's done, click on Install and navigate to wherever you save the latest version. Activate it and then head over to the MakeTile menu. The usual caveats apply. MakeTile is still at a very early stage of development. Things are likely to change. It's not fully featured yet and there will be bugs. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a few more options than we did last week, and I'll go over each of them in turn. Most importantly, we have a new tile type, a curved wall. If I leave the settings as they are and click on MakeTile, you can see we get an open lock compatible curved wall covering 90 degrees of arc. It's got an inner radius of 2 inches. You can change the tile properties in the menu, just like with the other two tile types, and currently the walls can be plain or open lock style. The second thing which has changed is the lighting setup. Now uses studio lighting, so things should look a bit brighter. I've made this change so that when you have multiple tiles on screen or your tiles are particularly big, you can see everything, and yes, stuff isn't getting lost in the shadows, as it were. Right, I'm going to go back to our ordinary 2x2 straight wall tile now, because at the time of filming, not all the features I'm going to demonstrate work properly with the curved tiles yet. Below the size controls, we can now control which sides of the tile the textures appear on, including the ends and the top. As these are procedural materials, they have a 3D aspect, and once they're finished, they should wrap around correctly. The basic stone texture already looks quite good. It works sort of as it should do, but the brick texture is a bit broken at the moment. Okay, so because of this change, you can currently only have a single material on your tile. Previously you could have one on each side. That will change, so you can have different materials on each side, on the top and on the bottom if you want, but I've not got around to implementing that yet. So in the display settings panel, you can now control the number of subdivisions used by cycles when you're previewing your tile in 3D. Also in the Make 3D panel, you can choose how many subdivisions you want to use for more or less detail. More subdivisions equals more detail, but slower. If you go over 8 on either of these, you'll probably be in for a long wait whenever you change anything. Previously I was using adaptive subdivision for cycles, but because of the way I'm now generating the tiles, this isn't really appropriate because of the order of modifiers and boring stuff like that. Anyway, so because of the way we're generating the textures now, you'll see that they have this tendency to project beyond where we necessarily want them to be sometimes, so like on a socketed side of this tile. So to correct for this, there's now a trim settings menu, which will allow you to neaten up the edges of the tiles if you need to. Although this might work with an unvoxelized tile, it probably won't. So you'll need to voxelize your tile before trimming it. At the moment it might still break on a voxelized tile, but I'm working on a way to easily fix that. And that should be done in a while, a couple of weeks. Once you voxelize your tile, so you choose which side you want to trim and click on Trim Tile. If you look at the widget in the upper right, you can see which axis is which. The positive axis has the axis letter on it. The negative axis is blank. So now we've trimmed our tile, we can export it. I've changed the menu slightly so that now when you click on export you get the usual pop-up where you can rename your tile and choose where to save it. One thing is, a useful feature of Blender is that if you're saving sort of multiple tiles, if you hit plus on the number pad, it'll increment the number tacked onto the end of the file for you. It's just an easy way of sort of saving out sequentially. Okay, so that's all for this week. The trimming function doesn't work on curved tiles yet, so that's my next job. And I also want to write update functions for the menus, so you don't need to regenerate the whole tile if you want to change which sides are textured or which sides are trimmed, stuff like that. I might put out another update before Christmas, but I'll see how I go, since there are festivities and general yo-ho-hoing to do. So if you want to follow the progress of MakeTile, please subscribe. If you find any bugs or have some feature requests, please put them on GitHub. Okay, bye for now.